Aloha! Yes, great job today. So, basic understanding from what we've covered this far. We've talked about triads and how basically we could use our hand to represent the circle of fifths. We only really concentrated on the 1 through 5 and not so much the 6 and the 7, but what we do want to see is what those are. Through the eyes of our spider exercises, we're quite literally playing the distance between one note to another, middle of the fret. These spider exercises allow us to move our fingers while keeping these on to see if the fingers we have are actually pointy enough so when we play strings underneath it, we don't mute it with our fingers. There is a valid point to having a chord, say like a G major. If I didn't want to play the G and I wanted to play it with the B tonality, the third on top of there, being able to mute that G note with the finger is a great ability. So the concept is we work on muting with single notes, single fingers in a bar form, single finger barring 2, sometimes 3. As you can tell from the chord we did today, which barred up, I do believe, like the 7th fret and threw down the D note here. This can be considered a couple different things. I like to call it like a minor 7 flat 5 kind of chord. What we could do is we could play these things all over the top of different movements. And what you do is when you find it in one song, you'll then see it in like 100 million other songs. So when you hear like Stairway, well, without the other chords moving up top, that quite literally is an A moving down to, you guessed it, we're just moving this down. It's called an X-cell. When you're moving down anything in 4 notes in a row in a certain key without making anything more than a half step, we call it an X-cell. Now, as far as being information that you don't need, that's definitely one of them. So the concept of spider exercises keep our fingers pretty tight. We do these to build muscles and to move ourselves up the fretboard. And in tandem with doing spider exercises, getting to a certain point where we could melodically move throughout here, what we're really doing is practicing that ring finger, which we hardly ever use. So when we are playing scales and we play that last note, it's easier to use it. So here are the 3 examples of the scales again. C, open D, E, F, open G, A, open B, and C. When we move that to our 2nd finger and omit the 1st and the open frets, we get 3rd fret, 5th fret, 2nd fret, 3rd fret, 5th fret, 2nd fret, 4th fret, 5th fret. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and C. The B note on the 4th fret with your ring finger is the only time you will be using this finger in a major chord. Incorrect fingering would have you skip like that and then use that. So if you find yourself ever ending on a note that's not your pinky or starting on something that's not your secondary finger in this movement, then you're using the wrong fingering. Because when we play the other scale, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, again, we're going to be playing that 7th tone with that middle finger going a half step. So we would have 3rd fret, 5th fret, 7th fret, 3rd fret, 5th fret, 7th fret, 4th fret, 5th fret, representing the 7-1. That's the feeling we would have for moving our chords this way. These are used with blues. They're used for 9 chords. Fun. And they stretch our fingers out just one more note than a spider exercise. Dig it? So when we play these scales, that's what turns into solos. So if I were to just play an A major to a G major, the way that I would get around knowing what to do in any of this would be like that A with the G. What notes are in A? A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G sharp, A. Now you don't have to know what the names of those are, but the scale we use is the exact same scale we use for C major. So if the example was in C major to F major, well, how many notes does C have? What's this? Majors, minors, sharps, diminished, but all of them have no sharps and flats in the key signature. When we go to F, there's 1 flat, B flat. However, in the key of C, there's no B flat, there's only a B diminished. But wait a minute, in the key of C major, D minor, E minor, F major, G major, A minor, B flat diminished, C. The minor 7th made into a major 7th chord, meaning not a B natural, but a B flat, and then not made into a diminished like this, but made into a major 7th chord, is also a resolution into a C. That's called a backdoor resolution. So the concept behind this is There's not just one way to get to Rome. All roads will lead there. However, we want to diagnose those with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. So when we play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, flat 7, 1, we can see whether we want to make that flat 7 a dominant 7th to the 1, or a major 7th to the 1, or an actual major 7th chord, not based off the minor 7th of the chord, but the actual diminished chord, or playing that as a half diminished 7. So there's many different opportunities we can do to go through chord theory, which works on triads. But for this week, just worry about picking a backing track, let's say A major, G. Some backing tracks will have what notes work over the whole fretboard, and what you'll notice is one of the things in the middle, they'll show 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and they'll show the word Ionian over A major. That's because we'd be using the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. That is a 2-octave range scale that we're going to work on that 2nd octave range later. But for this week, what I'd like you to do is play patterns over the top of any backing track. So if the backing track is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 1, 2, she painted up the face. Like an A to a G. So underneath, if you record yourself doing that, great. What I would do over the top of that would be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 3, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now these are just made up examples of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, a full scale, 7 notes, and then playing just 4 of those notes over in the chord. That's our practice. So if it's A to G, you'd be playing anything with those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here's where it gets fancy. They don't have to be in order. We just practice them that way in the beginning. If you wanted to practice 7, 6, 4, 5, 3, 5, 3, 2, you would have have the 7, 6, 4, 5, 3, 2, 1. And do you see how melodies start to form just from those simple notes? It's a little overcomplicated to start talking about it that way, but when we play like an A to a G, yes, you could definitely just play one of the notes that's in A. And then maybe a little slight movement. You'll notice that an A, C sharp to a D is a D sus. We'll talk about these chords later, but when you go to a E note, you will definitely go, oh, or a E flat or a D sharp, you will go, oh, that definitely doesn't work. So you kind of omit that and you go, yeah, in the key of A, I'll never probably go a major second away. There will be times when you do and you rewrite the chords and stuff. However, for purposes of this, yeah, you just try and stay within the A, B, C, D, E, F, G. But A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G sharp, A. We start to internalize these notes, so when we're doing a groove, you can do stuff like what I just experienced there was just going over A to G, but kind of like floating through just the notes that feel good, that are inside the chord, using one or two notes, doing a couple slides around. The concept is, all of these that I know how to do all together were all built off by going, or like the Pink Floyd movement. Just doing that a couple 100 million times is gonna add that to your repertoire of stuff to do. So having said all that, try and play over backing track, play over your major scales, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. If you go to G, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. It doesn't matter if you're jumping around, you just wanna be able to find the root and play the same type of pattern. That's all this is this week. Other than that, the movement that we showed was a B minor from your video, was a B minor to an A major. We got B minor to A major, and then when it did the walk down, the movement goes from having the root for this goes down. So what we would have is possibly this one. The 7th note is up here, the 6th note, the 5th note, and then a flat 5. So what we would have is a B minor 7 type chord. I like to play it with my first finger right here on the E string at the 7, skip the A, play the D and the G, and then when I have my finger right here, all I have to do is lift my ring finger, and my first finger is automatically covering that. I move that down one more, and then because that's a heck of a stretch, I generally put my 3 and 4 here, which played the top G and the E, and then I play this note out here. It's a heck of a stretch, but that's generally how I do it. If you just want to walk it down like the Stairway to Heaven type fashion, you'd be going up to the 7th fret, barring up the E, the B, and the G, these 3, or this 4th, the D, because eventually you're going to be walking that down. So bar this up at the 7th. At the 9th, use your 3rd finger after skipping a finger and a fret to play a walk down. Remove. Replace that with this, and then throw your finger down here for the 6th. You'll find this in a lot of music. Cool? I hope that helps on the journey to just see something other than chords below the 5th fret. Remember, scales and practicing the boring stuff is where it's at. And the concept and the vocabulary that we were learning today is to playing intervals. 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 3, 2, 3, 3, 4, 3, 4, 4, 5, 4, 5, 5, 6, 5, 6, 6, 7, 6, 7, 7, 1, 7, 1, 1, 8. I'm sorry, 1, 9, 1, or 8, 9. That's 2 note variables. How about 3 notes? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Down, 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 down. On your other hand, then we try down, up, down. Down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down. 2 things. Helps the hand here with alternating picking, all downstrokes, all upstrokes. And 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5. See where we're going with this? These develop into melodies later. Some of the weirder ones are convoluted, but watch what I do with like just a 1, 2, 3, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a 1, 4, 5 in the key of G. All those little bitty ditties all came from just countless hours of practicing scales, hearing 7th chords, playing them all with different fingerings, and being able to position myself with fingers here to play a chord, like doing the same G major chord, but only really utilizing 2 fingers to get that same thing, and then walking a bass. It's an overcomplicated method to set yourself up for success later. And from what I've seen, if we set your fingers up for success now, you're going to be able to do anything in the future. Great seeing you today. Sorry the video ran a little long. Scales, play over backing tracks. Try and name these as Ionian modes and know what key you're in. If you're playing at the 5th fret, it's either an A or a D. Ta-da! It's either a G or a C. It's either an F or a B flat. It's either E or an A. Minor, major, either way. So we kind of see these as brother and sister companion chords. Anywho, aloha. Have a great week, and we'll see you next time you give me a buzz.